Well, it's day 7, and day 7 is a hugely significant day, my friends. There has been an incredibly mammoth update for the firmware for the OP-1 field, and I'm very excited to show you what that entails. But first, here's Steve. Thanks, Steve. This is day 7. Welcome to Field Notes by Kai. So, my friends, you might have been following Teenage Engineering's Advent Calendar releases up to this point. Basically, every single day on their website, they have been revealing a new offer or opportunity for one of their products. The 16th of December has brought a huge breakthrough for owners of the OP-1 field because a surprise firmware update has added some things, and it has changed maybe one of the most incredibly important things on the OP-1 field. So here is me installing the update, and here is the Advent Calendar, and as I scroll down here, you'll see here opening the 16th window shows that OP-1 field firmware update. And oh my goodness me, we have a brand new synth engine, the AMP, which I'm going to show you in action and is super cool. We also have a count-in feature, so you can get a nice lead into your recording without actually having to record something. But the most important thing is that we have a new tape crossfade feature that eliminates pops and crackles on your loops. And oh my goodness me, we have to check this out. But first of all, here is the new AMP engine. It appears alongside your other synth engines. And what better way to showcase it than to actually play the audio from Teenage Engineering's release notes about this synth engine.
And sort of, you can do this pre-recording. Stir effect to the signal before, right. Then you couldn't record it. Just that. So this is much more like a
natural way to use OP-1, I feel like.
It comes with a bunch of presets as well. I'm not sure how easy it is to say, but everything from...
There are also loads of parameters that you can change here. You get the normal Teenage Engineering awesome image representation of this effect.
This is so cool. Oh my goodness. 1 2 2 1 2. This is just going to give so many cool options now for recording live.
We'll come back to the AMP synth engine another day, but for today I want to really use this new count-in feature and see how well this new crossfade feature works when we start looping. Now, I didn't have a whole lot of inspiration today coming into this one to create something, so I thought we'd just find a nice sound, some nice simple chords, and take it from there. Now, it should be said, this isn't a default OP-1 field patch. This is from a patch called Retrograde. If you like what you hear, link in the description for where you can pick it up. The mother reverb is such an amazing part of the OP-1 field. And now we're going to just adjust the bass sound itself. Okay, I've maybe got some nice chords here. Let's do the tap tempo and then try this count-in feature. Oh my god, so cool. Nice. So we're going to lift that segment and drop it, and here comes the moment of truth. Is there a crackle or a pop? We'll get rid of the metronome. Oh my goodness me. It's fixed. Okay, we're going to use the endless sequencer for some drums because it's just such an easy way, a bit of a cheat way to just add some very effective drums. Cool. Already I feel like this could work. But let's go into the sound itself and see if we can just adjust it. A bit more bass on the kick drum. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing here to manipulate the sound, but that's what makes the OP-1 field so much fun. You don't need to have any idea of what you're actually doing, but you're going to get a really, really good response to the changes that you're making. Cool. Look how much the sound has changed now from that stock drum loop to what we have here. Nice. Now here I accidentally pressed the C key instead of B, and the loop added this nice sort of bit crushed snare, and that suddenly made me thought, maybe we'll save that for a second section. Okay, next up I wanted to add a really unsubtle sort of string sound to sort of create a moving melody. And all I'm doing here is just experimenting with the chords that I've laid down and just adding a bit of high ends to this idea. Let's do the counting again. Such a great new feature. Cool. Just chop that bit off the end. Okay, now this was the happy accident when I pressed C instead of B for this drum loop. And it's just slightly busier and more in your face. So it works well for a little extra section. It's bass time, my friends. Now my temptation is to get busy with this bass line, but maybe we just start simple. And then we'll play some live busy bass for the second final section. Cool. Okay, next up was revisiting the Aurora patch and finding this lovely, lovely guitar sound that I thought could just bolster the chords we already have and just fatten them up a little bit. Cool, that'll do. Now, last but not least, I wanted to play that last bass line when this section gets big live. So we're going to use the same bass sound, but in the original bass sound, I actually put the punch sound effect on. I've taken that off and we get some grit back to that sound, which might be just a little bit fatter for when we play it live. Okay, last thing we do here before we hear this random idea is just loop the first sections. We build a bit of tension before we get to the B and C sections. And here it is. This is day 7, Breakthrough. And there it is. That's day 7, another random creation. Will this one end up on the album in 2026? Well, ultimately, it might be you who decides. Once again, thank you so much for joining me, my friends. It's such a pleasure being on this journey with you. Please do join me for day 8, and I'll see you tomorrow.